Well, it's been quite a break since the last 260 minutes. With the scheduling works out, it's been almost 2 weeks since my last set. Tonight is week number 12. I'm here in Vancouver for a comedy rehab tonight. Last 2 weeks have been very busy for me. I've been at a couple of weddings. I'm feeling a little heat strokey. We were yesterday was the second wedding I'd attended. We were in wool tuxes down on the beach and dancing like a maniac, but I'll talk about that. Last time I was at this room, I had a great time. Let's keep that going. The last couple of weeks I've actually been quite busy. I've been at a couple of weddings. I wanted to talk about the weddings, but I have very little recollection of the weddings. I got so very drunk that people next to me were also like contact drunk. Like everybody was like, oh look at you wasted, it was just me the whole way. And as they walked away from me, which everybody did, they got just sobered up slowly, like 10 feet away they were hungover, 20 feet away they were sober, 30 feet away they were writing apology emails to the bride. And it wasn't, here's the thing, I was in kind of a dark place, but I learned that if you're in a dark place, like you've been broken up with recently, or you have bad job news or something, don't go to a wedding. Call in sick if you have to. If you're not a good, convincing actor, break both your legs. It is far less painful than actually being in that place with those people. Because that combination of, I just gotta deal with life with the new file. That combination of the headspace, the beer, and the happiness of other people is a very bad place to be in. Like you might as well just take the proactive approach and put your name down on a liver transplant list. Because you're going to need one soon. You gotta do that. Or just take the time from your friends and organize your own interventions. Because you will have conversations with your friends after they see you like that. And you either have the choice of listening to them and feeling even worse than you ever have, or you can get new friends. And only the former is going to be less difficult. This is going well. It was a very dark place for a wedding. It's worse because you're always the happy. You're always happy for the couple. You're always like, oh yay, good for them. But then as the wedding progresses, you slowly start to realize that their happiness doesn't help you at fucking all. You're like, oh, they're happy, but I still feel the same amount of shitty. By the way, don't say that at the wedding. I learned that the hard way. You will be stabbed to death with a boutonniere pin, I swear to Christ. Which of course brings us to dancing. I can't dance, but that does not stop me from trying. Like, willingness is different from ability. Like, they're mutually exclusive. Like, I'm willing to have sex with people, but if I'm able or not, that's a different kind of story. It's the same way for me with dancing. I just look like a complete idiot. I often find though that people who use that phrase, like dance like no one's watching, are the first people that when you're dancing are watching you and judging you. And I'm like, fuck that. You know, if you're gonna live by that phrase, you should live by it or just fuck off. I have a lot of friends who use those like phrases. I think if you use the phrase, you probably don't live by it. You know, like, yes, there's a tie on my head, what of it? You know, fuck you, I want to dance, have fun. That's a common one. The people that are the ones that say like dance like no one's watching, are always the ones that you see not dancing. Like they're just sitting there, and you're like, what are you doing sitting down? They're like, well, no one's watching, so what does it matter? And you're like, come on, get up off the floor. Another one of the common phrases is like, oh, live life to the fullest. Like, really, were you doing that when you posted on Facebook? Oh no, I also tweeted it. Oh, fuck you. Get out of your house, you know. I have a lot of friends who I think take their whole life advice from watching, or from reading Lululemon bags. And drink water, no shit, yeah. Who knew a Lululemon joke would go well in Vancouver? I figured, no, you like lynch me. I'm in kind of a weird place now because I'm very charming, maybe not tonight, but generally. I'm very charming, but I'm too broken to be this charming. Like, I'll flirt with girls for a long time, but then I suck at, like, closing the deal. It's like my marketing department is doing a great job, right? Like, the brand image is right out there. You know, everybody knows, fuckable. The phone's ringing off the hook, but then the sales department gets it, and they're like, oh, what the fuck's happening there? I don't know. What are you gonna do, have sex and get stuff on each other? No. That's gonna send up our cleaning bills way over the top. We can't do that. Really screwy on. I also don't understand the nature of hooking up at a wedding. That always surprises me because you might get the crazy friend. You know what I mean? Like you might get that guy everybody like doesn't warn you, or you find out that you are the crazy friend. Like who wants to fuck a guy with a tie on his head? Nobody. That's who. Well, that was the new 5. That didn't horribly suck. Nobody cares. All right, fair enough.
His girlfriend's backyard in the dead of night one time because we didn't have a trampoline. Pretty much all the reason that you need for that one.
Well, certainly not one of my better 260-minute sets. A lot was working against me tonight. No excuses, obviously. I kind of joked about having heat stroke before in the introduction video, and I was kind of joking, but now it's kind of hit me hard before we got up on stage. Right before the show started, the Nicki Minaj concert across the street let out, so that kind of accounted for the din in the room. There was still, I think, like one beat for sure that I'm going to keep around and try again. The other stuff I might give another go sometime. And here's to week number 13 is the next one. Coming up this weekend, I'll be at Yuck Yucks Vancouver, and that will be my 25% mark for 260 minutes.